Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. And today guys, tonight, late night in Europe, evening in the US. I've just arrived to be here with you on the YouTube channel even during the World Cup, and so I will be here in the US. I will keep you posted on absolutely everything on the market, on the World Cup, so stay tuned. But while I was flying here to the US, the big story, the big bomba on Julian Alvarez. Let's go just first with two updates from the last 24 hours. Still two here we go on the market before we spend the whole video on this Julian Alvarez saga, on some details, on some updates. So two here we go. One for the manager, Pierre Sage, the manager from Lens, who did very well in France this season in terms of results, in terms of trophies, in terms of quality. Luis Enrique, the Paris Saint-Germain manager, said how special is the work of Pierre Sage at Lens. He decided to leave the club already some time ago and now becoming the new head coach of Crystal Palace. Done deal, here we go. It's a 3-year contract plus one more year option for Pierre Sage, who will replace Oliver Glasner, who is in talks with AC Milan to become their new manager. And so good luck to Pierre Sage, ready for a new opportunity, in this case in Premier League. And then Fenerbahce, because Fenerbahce closed the first signing under their new president, and it's going to be Vedat Murici, the striker, former Lazio striker from Mallorca. Deal done for the Kosovo striker. Murici will sign his contract next week. Everything is agreed, everything is in place for 15 million euros, and so new striker for Fenerbahce on the market. But talking about strikers, talking about the market, talking about bombas, Julian Alvarez. Let me say guys, if you follow my channel, I think in the last 2-3 days you understood the message I was sending you and the updates I was sending you. Because I told you, for Olise there is no chance. Real Madrid wanted to try, Florentino Perez wanted to try, 150 million euros, but no chance. No chance because Bayern didn't even want to negotiate, didn't even want to discuss, but the intention of Florentino Perez was to try for Michael Olise. I can absolutely confirm that, and was also confirmed by people internally at Real Madrid to those who are close to the club. So the intention was to go for Olise. Then Bayern didn't open the doors in private, and then in public, a strong statement by Bayern president Heiner saying, if Florentino Perez wants to send us a bid for Michael Olise, he can save his time, because we are not a selling club, Olise is staying here. So Bayern completely closed the doors. Then Real Madrid started assessing the possibility to go for another Galactico. And I was telling you, be careful, because the answer I'm getting from those close to Julian Alvarez is not that nothing is happening. It's not fake news. It's not bullshit. The answer I'm getting is no comment. And same from Real Madrid. Well, that was quite a message, because Real Madrid decided to go all in and to put 150 million euros on the table, a club record bid for Julian Alvarez. So, what happens here? For Real Madrid, obviously a big proposal, an historical proposal. In terms of money, if the deal was going to get through, this was going to be the most expensive signing in the history of Real Madrid. So imagine how special. On the other side, some people in the industry believe that behind this move there could be also a strategy. From Atletico Madrid, someone is believing that maybe this was a strategy from Real Madrid rather than a real interest to go all in for Julian Alvarez. From Real Madrid, they are absolutely not confirming this. But for sure, there are different whispers around Julian Alvarez and Real Madrid. For sure, they put an official bid on the table. 150 million euros, an official proposal to Atletico Madrid. The answer from Atletico was immediately no chance, we are not accepting. So this was the communication to Real Madrid, and then Atletico Madrid decided once again, after what they did with Barcelona, also with Real Madrid, to attack them in public, on social media. Started posting several things, Atletico Madrid, saying we are not friends, saying stop stealing our kids from the academy, saying we are not considering any bid, we are not assessing any bid. So the message from Atletico Madrid was quite aggressive. And also another line was, you make us laugh way more than Barcelona. even more than Barcelona. So Atletico Madrid are hitting back at Real Madrid. Not happy at all with this bid, not happy at all with what they believe could be a strategy from Florentino Perez to bid for Julian Alvarez just because he wanted to disturb the deal for Julian and Barcelona. But for Atletico Madrid, again, the intention is not to let Julian Alvarez go, especially at these conditions. The president of Atletico Madrid, Enrique Cerezo, speaking to El Chiringuito in the recent hours, said, Julian is not for sale. We don't want to sell Julian. So Atletico take a strong position. Now, what's going to happen, guys? On Barcelona side, they remain sure that Julian Alvarez wants the move. Barcelona believe that Julian Alvarez wants the move. But at the same time, 100 million euros was not enough to convince Atletico Madrid. So this remains a point. On the other side, Real Madrid, at the moment, the understanding of those close to this deal for Julian Alvarez is that Real Madrid are not returning anytime soon. Then later in the window we will see, but not returning anytime soon for Julian Alvarez with a new proposal, higher than 150 million euros, especially for how Atletico Madrid reacted to the bid. It's not just a rejection and saying, okay, let's negotiate. Maybe 160, maybe 170. But to attack Real Madrid in such a strong way in public, well, that was obviously something that for Real Madrid was part of the factors that make them decide at the moment to stop the conversations. So at the moment, no 200 million euros to Barcelona, but Barça keep believing that Julian wants the move. No 250 million euros to Real Madrid, but Atletico Madrid believe that this was maybe a strategy from Florentino Perez. So this is the situation as of today. As I told you, the big name in mind was for sure Michael Olise, but not possible with Bayern. On Vitinha and João, what I can give you tonight is a quote from his agent saying both players have never been an option for any club because Vitinha and João are not for sale. For Paris Saint-Germain are crucial players. So what I told you a few days ago, Vitinha and João are not leaving, is now confirmed by the agent of the player, exclusive statement by Mendes. And so, Vitinha, no. João, no. Michael Olise, not for sale as well. Real Madrid tried this move for Julian Alvarez after assessing all the options in the last 2-3 days, following also the quote of Bayern president, but the answer coming from Atletico Madrid has been even stronger. So let's see what's going to happen there. Don't forget that the release clause of Julian Alvarez at Atletico Madrid is 500 million euros. So Atletico Madrid remain in control of the situation and they hit back in a very strong way. We will follow these and much more, guys, on the Julian Alvarez saga and all the other big names as every single day here on the channel on YouTube. So thank you for following. Remember to comment this video, to like, to be here every single day, every time of the day, because as you can see, now being in the US is going to be different, but always here. Keeping you updated. See you soon.